How you doing, Ralfy here, Ralfy Customs. Look how dirty my fingers are. We're on with our Dean's big red RevTech, I think it is, but a big fuck off chop. Yeah. So we've got one reluctant disc bolt. I've had the impact ratchet electric one on it. I've had an Allen key with a spanner on the end, whacking it with the hammer. Won't have it. So we're going to try and get it up. As you do. The next thing will be to try the air impact or a bigger half-inch drive impact, but I think it's just going to end up spinning the head because it ain't great. I'm guessing I'm not the first person to have trouble with this, so fingers crossed warming it up will do the trick. It's certainly not because it's Loctited in, because the only sign of anything on the ones I've took out is a light smattering of decay and corrosion. So we've made a start at swapping the massive front wheel for a more sensible one. Then we're going from 26 to 21, which maths tells you is 5 inches different, which tells you there's 2.5 inches difference in the circumference. There's actually 1.75 inches with the different tyre profiles. So I'm hoping we can strip the forks out and space them up 2 inches, and the job will be a good one. No need for extra long fork tubes to be made, which makes the job easier and saves our Dean a few quid. One point of interest, well, there's a few. Look, this is the disc side of the wheel, and the spindle just comes through the bearings, then slims down to fit through the forks. Unfortunately, whoever made and fitted the wheel spacers didn't take that into consideration, because there's a little bit there where it mates, but apart from that, it's like a cock in a shirt sleeve, mate. And I've managed to get the fucking disc off, but it was Loctite in evidence. But it looks like someone tried to glue the fucking disc carrier to the wheel, because there's a healthy film of fucking I'll get it on the Scotch-Brite wheel, just clean that up so it sits properly on the new wheel, and I will be putting a bit of copper slip on the bolts there and then making new wheel spacers. Worth a mention in its own right, this disc carrier, fucking lovely. It's really, really well engineered. The disc sits on a lip. It's flush on the outside. And it's fucking lovely. It really is. I don't know if it's CNC'd. I don't know if it's a mass-produced thing. I suspect it is, to be fair, that the people who ever made the bike in the States get fucking 100 made, you know. It's just... There you go. But fucking lovely. What a nice bit of kit. And from that we go to the bolts that have been used to fix it on. I don't fucking focus. Focus! Fuck off then. They're all cut at different lengths and left rough and scabby and shitty, so we'll give them a clean up before I fit them. Hey, that's the fender off. Fucking hell, where's the ton? Fucking so heavy. I'm guessing the same person fitted the fender. Look, all the bolts are 4 different sizes and the ends are less than pretty, so we'll have to address that when we put it back together, won't we? Now to get a I'm going to take one of the fork tubes out. I'm guessing that it screws in there. Look, there's a bit of a show there. Not sure what it is, but it looks like there's a cap. There's a cap in the tube, and then maybe that cap screws in, or so I don't fucking know. But I'll undo this non-pinch bolt because there's no slot. We'll undo the brace, and we'll have him out, and then we'll get it on the bench and see how it comes apart. Okay, we're all loaded up on the dolly trolley. What I've got to say, these fucking yokes, I was right, the screw in the top. Oh, it's clear on here, look. These caps have got a thread on, and that screws in the yoke, fucking gleaming. Love it. What I really fucking like is this no slot clamping system. There's two wedges there that the pinch bolt, as such, tightens up on them, draws them in, and pushes the tube tighter in the hole. Fucking genius, and so clean looking. I don't know if I grab it, the whole thing will come out. I think it screws, there's a threaded part here, and the bolt screws together, and they move up, I'm guessing. Love it. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So we've got the fork stripped out, and what somebody's done is have some 10-inch overs made by the looks of it, and put 10-inch extension in, which is nothing wrong with that. Unfortunately, they are just 10-inch overs, and I can't gain the extra 2-inch that I want. I mean, this one's not been touched, and it's fucking right on the springs at the length it is. So we can't pull 2 inches out the out. It's going to need 2-inch longer tubes and 2-inch longer spacers for the springs and fresh oil and all that shit. So I'll get them stripped out and see about shipping them off to get them made. So it's spacer time. I've done myself a fine technical drawing that you won't probably be able to see. There you go. And I've worked out that I need a spacer 22mm long. Let me just check I've got enough out. Not my pen off my fucking toolbox, bear with. Neutral. Yeah, plenty there. And I need to go 25mm diameter hole, 9mm deep. I'm going to double check that. And then it steps down to 3/4 to go over the spindles. Remember that the original spacers is both too big. It turns out that there's a differential. There's a difference. I only need the one spacer because the hub on the new wheel is 1/2 inch wider, and one of those spacers is coincidentally 1/2 inch. So there you go. When you turn this outside diameter down to 38, whereas now it is 45. Fucking Jesus, wish I got somewhere closer. And Bob's your uncle. So I'm going to make some noise. I'm going to fast forward, I reckon, or do a chopping, like a pork chop of the fucking clips of me doing this, because it's just me on the lathe, isn't it? Yeah, you know what I mean. But that relief should sit over that bit of spindle. It's poking through, and that should fit nicely on there, which I'm struggling to do one-handed, so bear with. And maybe need to set that central out a little bit, just a little bit. So there we have it. It turns out my 3/4 drill bit's seeing a bit of action, so it's just drilling out slightly undersized. Quick skim with a boring bar, and we're good to go. That is that, ready for I ain't going to manage. There we go. Yeah. Ready for when the tubes come back. Well, I'm going to send one off today. Next on the agenda, next on the block for this beast is the fuel tank. I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up, but it sits proper on the piss. It's well all over this side, and looking underneath, I don't know if it's the brackets, the bushes, you know, it's on these, like, it's supposed to be rubber mounted, but, excuse me, but it's fucking not. It's bollocked up solid, because it's got rubbers on the front and solid aluminium on the back. Don't know what I thought is there. As well as being on the piss, it's just, if you can see there, see this dust? That's paint. It's just touching. Just rubbing on there, so you can see where it's buzzed against this, and it's only recently been touched up. So really, this needs lifting up on one side or dropping on the other side, but it also needs to go out to this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to unbolt it, I'm going to take it off. And see if I can't make what's there work, if I make some new alleys or some new somethings, you know. I don't really want to be cutting the bracket off the frame and welding it back on, because it's just been painted. So if I need to, I need to, but I'd sooner not. Okay folks, so tank's off. A few little issues. I had to twat the bracket, which I've done with my little love mallet down there, give it a few little taps. Oh, what fuck out of it, it's tough as fuck. And basically, the spacers and shit is fucking all over the sketcher. It's bad, so I'm going to make, there's two good ones that I can use in the bottom mounts, in the back rear mounts. And there's not any that I can use for this. That's got a bit of weld spatter in there. I'll clean that out, and I'm going to go over to the lathe and make, place these, or re-engineer these with the right size hole in the middle, and I'm going to make two front tapered mounts out of Delrin. Righto folks, this is the Delrin. It's stringy shit when you machine it, so a bit of a faff sometimes. If you work it too hard, it gets a bit soft as you're doing it, and you get a shit finish. But I think the old high-speed steel bits will make a nice job of it. First thing I'm going to do is give myself a 10mm hole down the middle, and these are, fuck knows how deep. I'm kind of having to wing it and make it up as I go along. These don't fit the front mountains. The hole in the mountain is too big for this, so it just rattles about. So you see that one's been trapped, if the camera will pick it up, but that one's been obliterated, so we've got to fuck that off and make two. There's only three. Go on, go figure. It's 4 mounts and 3 fucking bushes, so we're going to make one of these, I think, and then 2 with a bigger hole to fit through the frame. That's 20mm step. So anyway, we'll get in, we'll drill a dowel in down to 10mm or out to 10mm, so little centre mark. No worries about damaging any tooling, but like I say, it gets a bit stringy, so bear with. Disengage, I've got the fucking lead screw engaged, like I'm thread cutting. It was from an earlier thing I did. Right, I'm just going to go in. There we go, got it. If we go in about there, that should give us plenty to go at. that bit in the bin. Now I need to turn this down. It smells like fish. Honestly, if anyone out there has machine delring, drop a comment to see if you get this fishy smell. Anyway, we need to go 3mm from that face, which is there, and it needs to be 20mm in diameter. This is the bit that goes through the slug. The bracket on the frame is 31, so we want 21.4. No, we don't. We want 11.4 off. Yeah. I'll machine that down. 11mm. So we can take big chunky cuts on this shit. Yeah. Like this. Look. Here's 12. Bit too far. Backing out a bit. There we go. So that should give us 20. Just over. Give it a little nudge. Just a little cut now. Now what we need to do is 45 it. We need to get that flying saucer shape. Yeah. So we need to 45 it. So what I've got to do is turn my fucking compound to 45 degrees, which is get this drill. I'm just going to get a drill bit out of the tailstock off camera. You bet your life I'd fucking end up sticking that in my elbow. Right, and what we need to do is spin this around to 45, which is not easy to see, but there, that'll do. Near enough is most certainly good enough for this. And the issue I've got now is I'm going to have to change my tooling to maybe left hand one in here to get the travel that I need, because when I wind this across I'm not going to reach mild fucking thing, self-tighten bastard cunt. I might actually make it. So let's see. It's getting tight. Yeah, we're there. We're there, kids. So we can go from there. And we'll 45 off this. Yeah, I'll come down. That's it. Crank it in. Take the cut. Crank it in. Take the cut. See what I mean about this stringing shit? And give yourself a little land there. And that's going to do it. So we just need to pot that off. How thick are they compared to the other ones? They're about right. I'm just going to pot that off. And that should be one down. 3 to go, because these are fucked. So put this off. Just they're going to eyeball it. No, I can't, come on. And they need to be the same fucking size, otherwise it's going to sit wonky donker. So, zero that. Wind that down. And now I'm going to go with 12mm, which is 9mm, which is a fucking odd size. So 9. Make a note of that. You should need to slow it down. Boost. 1 down, 3 to go. Here's the 4 of them. Let's take them up to the frame. Oh, 6. Yeah, off. You grab a fucking file while I'm at it. No. It's in the file, dear. You put out a fucking cake, would you? Right. What we've got now is a nice solid foundation. We've got smaller ones go in the rear, like that, boosh. You can get in there. They do go in. I know they're the same size, I'm just struggling one-handed. The larger ones go in the front, and I just need to file that. There's a bit of welding spatter poking through. It's stopping this going in properly. But there we go. Next we need to address the compressor. We need to address these fasteners because they're all a bit fucking all over the place. Look, this has got like a washer and a plastic thing that's fucked. So we need to look at that. So we've made some complementary spacers out of the same material, the same Delrin. And if this would focus, fuck off. That they sit under there. And then we have aluminium one that you've just seen me parting off to sandwich the deal. And the job's are fucking good, and if I could get it to focus. Come on, focus. Briefly. There we go. So there you go. That should do it nicely. And although you can't really tell, yeah, that's the tank mounted back properly. All the mounts fit, it's not rubbing on the frame, it sits level. I've got my new focus. Fucking there, look. My new fabricated fasteners. Spacers. I didn't put the Delrin on the rear ones underneath, didn't do the sandwich. It's absolutely fine without. I had struggles lining up and setting up, so worked better without. Absolutely spot on.